But that's big in Tokyo. But say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down so the Ghost of the 13-month series doesn't get you and you can stay notified. This chapter was actually pretty short, all things considered, and it was mostly combat. So there might not be a lot to sink our teeth into, but I do think there's a couple of things that happened that are interesting that we're gonna talk about. But I'm gonna do it. Before we get into anything, man. Hold it out, Tiara, man. She's nice. She's so cold. She is my favorite season 3 character. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't remember who it was before. It might have been Yasurachi or Yama. I don't know, but dethroned. Yo, I actually read Void and I read Scans. I don't remember which one I literally reacted to because I wanted to go through some of the translations for specifically I think 3 different parts because I thought that it was worded a little bit weird. So I wanted to see the part where they sling insults back and forth. I wanted to see what they were really saying. I thought they were just throwing out nonsense for no reason. The translator made a note at Cosmic Scans that he wanted to just change the entire flow of the life insurance bar. The life insurance bar was lit. Why did you change that? But I could pay for your funeral. That's generic. We don't want that. She reads. She got the intellect. Therefore, she knows about life insurance. That's why she hit it with that bar. Put respect on her name. Don't change that. Don't change it. But I also think Ren's alive. I don't know if anyone else got the inclination. I think Ren's alive. I don't know why he's gonna stay around, but I think that I noticed that from what I can tell, if I remember correctly, I'm gonna go through it again. His hand did not have the leech until the final panel of Bam walking away, and it looked to me like the leech was coming out. I don't know what the onomatopoeia meant. I don't know if it was like movement. I don't know what it means, but I took it as like there was signs of life left. So we'll see. Ren's definitely alive. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised Tiara's so durable. I mean, if she was chosen to be a princess, she definitely has a respectable amount of base set of skills. But with somebody from the Ha family who has been also boosted by the process of the power of blood, yes. But she did hurt her head too with the headbutt. It's just that Yuri's like, how you ain't split your head in two type of thing. So this is my bitch right now, man. She's moving me, but yeah. So like, okay, let me open up both just in case actually, so I can go back and forth. You know why? Because that'd be much easier. I would put it on screen, but they don't like us. So I'm sorry, guys. My creativity just gets stymied more and more as these terms of services grow. But okay. So it starts off with her kind of registering that Rack and Aguero were there. I actually like Aguero's kind of line here. I thought it made sense. It was what I would have done. Where it was like, first of all, I respect the fact that he's like, yo, Yuri, you're not okay. Like you can't be around Bam either, because we know Aguero at this point is Bam's mom, and she's like, no, she's not dating you, and we're not leaving with this lunatic. I think Yuri called her batshit crazy in I think Cosmic, and a lunatic in and things. So like, you're that famous lunatic, and I'm like, Yuri, bro, why would you do this? She's not normal, bro. Like I thought maybe she would have been one of those characters that like react to I'm not crazy, like because he gets called like strange all the time. So I was wondering if she would have one of those visceral reactions. I don't know if I thought I had the panel. There it is. This is the panel I had. Well, I don't have the lunatic, but yeah, like you shouldn't say that at the top. She said like you're a lunatic, but yeah, man, danger. Bam only killed male Ren, wait. Bam only killed male Ren. Watch as Bam now has another yandere stalker and female Ren. Oh, we'll see. Yuri's okay. So I have a question for you guys here. I think I could be overlooking this part, but but you tell me what you guys think. When Tiara points at Aguero and says bomb, was that suspicious to anybody? Or do you think they were both just like telling their constituents behind them, I'm going to hold him off, you go bring Bam here? Because for some reason, I'm convinced she turned him into a bomb. So I'm so convinced. I'm like, why'd you poke him like that? And he said bomb, and the bomb had like the things around it. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, That's kind of scary. I'll kind of show you what I mean. I'm gonna throw it on screen for a quick sec. If they come for me, they come for me. So be it. But I want you to see what I mean. So like here, I'm gonna pull this up just a little bit. Okay, so here, no, not far enough. Blah blah blah. Okay, so right here. She's like, we're off to a rough start, running to her bang bam here. The women understood, right? So then she also the same thing here. So she's telling them what to go do, right? So she's like, I don't know the word about you has been a kindness either. What I've read books on you. You are the Prince of HaYuriJahad, correct? You are known for being quite the ticking time bomb, and like taps him in the back. And it's like, I'll deal with this woman, go find the band person. And this one to me is a little more malicious because she's like, from what I heard, you're quite famous yourself. You're a jury, blah 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 blah. Bomb. You're the famous bomb. She's like, huh? I'll take care of this woman. Hurry up, bring that band person. What a bomb! And I'm like, I'm sure because you could just be an insult, being slung back and forth. But I got a bad premonition. I'm like, we repeating what happened to you with Icarus. You getting blown up again, bro? I'm pretty sure Tiara was referring to Yuri as a bomb. I know, but I thought that as she was saying it to throw us off, like it's like one of those double entendre type things where it's like she's calling her a ticking time bomb, but with the power of words or some nonsense or literature, she could turn into a bomb. I openly admit it, I could just be overdoing this one. That could be my overactive brain going crazy because I low key want it to happen. So yeah. Yeah, I think one translation makes it much worse than the other. I think that's the thing. So, anyways, maybe him tapping his back was her placing a bomb. You might be looking into too deeply. I don't know. If Kun's heart explodes again, that would be hilarious. I know some people didn't like that Kun chose his own side, but I think it was, but I didn't think it was problematic because the situation was rather volatile, so he couldn't just sell with Yuri given Tiara's presence. So it's fine for me. Well, he also was like Yuri. He also acknowledges that Yuri's a stalker, like you're a lunatic. So in this one, he says what? He's like, she's like, wait, aren't you guys Bams? What brings you here? Why ask a question? I'm here to meet Bam. And he's like in his head, aren't you pretty much a stalker at this point? And in this one, I think it's the same thing. Isn't she a stalker at this rate? But Aguero made the right decision. Why would you sign with somebody that you don't know, who's just blowing up people left and right that you consider to be batshit? And then Yuri, who is also known to be a loose cannon, that I can't say that they would have a high level. I mean, they know each other, they have rapport, but Aguero and Iraq should take Bam, and then they can go do their own thing. I think that is what I know, but if she goes in this situation like, oh yeah, we know Yuri, tee, let's go to Yuri. You think Tiara is just gonna be like, okay? Gus Stang sent them there too. Remember that in a lot of ways. They got to go back in some capacity. It's not you can't just not listen to the family head type of thing. Like I'm not sure that we're all thinking multi-layered. I would have but I'm being honest. I would have done what Aguero did. I'm like, I ain't going with this bitch or this bitch. I'm taking my nigga and we're out of here. Like we're cutting. Like that's what I'm gonna do. So you thought it was Morse code, really? I didn't go that far, but I don't know. Again, I could be overthinking it, but I think that was the right choice to make, though. Like, we're on our own side. Like, bro, why would we leave? Why would we leave with any of these people? We can do our own thing. Let me see what he says exactly. We'll take neither side. We're our own side. Yeah, and then here I think it says the same thing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We're on nobody's side. We're on our own side. So like, run, off you go, and then they leave. So I noticed at one point. So first of all, I like the panel where they say go, where they're kind of looking at each other. That's a thumbnail. I think I have it somewhere. Why do not know how to do? I don't know how to use this computer. Like, I had it in this folder, right? This panel. This is my favorite panel of the chapter. When they're like, kind of like, go. This was cool. And I honestly didn't know exactly what to expect from this fight. I expected Tiara to hold her own, but I can't say that I expected her to be that physically powerful, but she's putting in work. What do you guys think of the little back and forth they had from a combat standpoint? And notice that Yuri is using the green April. That was pretty interesting. Maybe the fake Black March will not be a match for someone of Tiara's prestige and level, so to speak. I trust Yuri over Tiara too. I'm just saying. I wouldn't want to go with either of them. Because if I ask you why you're here, if I can't have Bam, no one can, bro. We're not dealing with that either. That's a different level of crazy on the opposite end of the spectrum. One person might want him to like kidnap him and do some evil shit, and you want him to keep him to yourself. We're not doing either. We're doing our own thing. We're not going Hoshido. We're not going Noir. Me and is it Azura? What the fuck was her name was? Are you? She's great. I remember it, but we're doing our own thing. Fire Emblem, Revelations, IF, whatever. Yuri's a proven ally, but she got those Jahad connections. There's that too. That's a good point. Bam won't leave because he's worried about Androsi, even if confines him first. I don't think he'll just leave and abandon everybody, but the point is they'll come up with their own game plan separate from what Tiara wants, Gustang, Yuri, whatever. It's gonna be fun when everybody wants Bam to leave and just like, no, I can't I can't leave. Watch Gustang act with a bomb and Kun when they try to leave with Bam. That'll go crazy. Oh my god. So far they look about equal. Yeah, I think Yuri should be superior, but I like it. I like that. I also find it funny that Yuri didn't immediately ask Kun and Aguero like, "What are you guys doing on that side? Like, go find them or whatever." But she asked the F.U.G people to like go find him, so that's kind of funny. And she completely ignored them. But Yuri comes down, and she was actually so one of the things that was very important for me to understand was what exactly Yuri was doing, and both translations I can say said the same thing. So here it says, without a single gesture, oh my god, mouse, or noise, she can summon balls of ultra high density Shinsu. And then this other one over here, it says something similar. There's no gesture or sound that comes with these ultra high density Shinsu explosions. So it's not a spontaneous, instantaneous thing that's happening there. She's able to somehow, I guess, I'm not sure, like condense Shinsu and have it explode in a very volatile manner. But if you are very fast and your reflexes are very good and you're good at like your perception is high, you can evade it. It's not impossible. And I like that Yuri was showcasing like the athleticism, if you will, of the Ha family, because she first goes with that slash, and instead of like going through, she drops the Green April, dodges it, and then recatches it. And I'm like, this is clean. This is moving me. I like this. So yeah. I like Tiara's line when she said she trains her head by reading. That was funny. That was great. That was hilarious. That was a good line. That's my favorite line in the chapter probably. Yuri's roses were a hype as F. Also enjoyed that she quickly adapted Tiara's attack and Tiara whipped out the pen was also hype. I really like Tiara isn't a slouch up close either. Makes me confident in Gustang's choice of the individual of the missions. I agree. Probably mate. He's probably was picking. And that's not a word. He was chosen for good reason. I also want to comment that like ever since he's come back, we've made this already. You said this already, but his visual clarity is better. There's less visual noise in these panels. So like Yuri comes down, she drops the green April to dodge the high density Shinsu. Then she recatches it midair, and she look at that reaction time, right? And then she comes towards Tiara. She takes a step back, and then you see the three little sparks happening. Then Yuri like zoom 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 zoom, like she dodges them kind of like mad fast, right? You can see like the green trail a little bit. Then she lands near her, and she's basically like, okay, this is annoying, but if I can get into melee range, she'd be in the blast radius too. So she's thinking if I'm close to her, she can't use this technique because she'll blow herself up. And as a Ha family member, having a green April, and probably because she's a Jahad princess who's very athletic and whatnot, she was confident that up close, it's a wash, right? I don't think that was the wrong opinion to have. But what I really like the most about Tiara's counterattack is she headbutted her. A very unrefined physical attack, if you will. She said, while holding her books like this, headbutt. I said, I'm sold. I need nothing else. She's cold. She's nice. Stop playing with her. She's nice. She is the one, bro. And I already know that she hasn't really pulled out her specialty. Now we're gonna see what the power of words and literature are or whatever. Like, she said, bro, headbutt. You the GOAT, man. Then they both like ugh. Let me see what she said. Even in this one too, they both react. And then the funniest thing, Yuri's fist comes out. My girl pulled out the quill. The quill. She said, "I'm like, what are you writing shit? Are you trying to stab her with the friggin' pointy end. Like, what are you doing? That's not a weapon like that. They're fighting with the fist and the quill, bro. The pen. I said this is hilarious. I love this. Yuri's over there with a flurry of punches. She's over there trying to like what right on her. Like, what are you doing? I love it. I love it. I'm sorry. It was moving me tremendously. But then she also does the high density Shinshu thing at close range, where they both hop back. So she's not afraid to do it up close. But I do think that it probably showcases that she's not immune to it. Like it'll blow her up too. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the safe zone that Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi has, where it'll cut Byakuya's own hands so he uses a certain radius that he never lets the petals come through. So I like that. Welcome, Katan. Yeah, the scenes are way easier to follow with way less clutter as well in the scene. Very snappy compared to the previous Unity Fights. Yes, I agree. Tiara gonna pull Ruination. I need that. Abe versus Bookworm. This is raw. Yeah. Is she Levi? Nah, Levi's not he's not, he wasn't a guy. To think that you're still standing after butting head with me, is your head made out of a super alloy or something? Of course. I'm always trading my head reading books. That's a bar. She got bars. That's not the part of your head that I meant. The other translation was what? You tanked the headbutt from me without any problems. Is your skull made of some special metal? But of course, I am always training my head as I read. That's not how training your head works. Yeah, and then she pulls out the petals, the rose petals that we saw her use a couple of times before, and then she basically say like, "Well, whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna make as much noise as I need to. I'm gonna take Bam by any means necessary." And she uses the little rose storm. She calls it pretty, and she says, "In exchange, I will." I wait. In exchange, I shall be showing you literature more beautiful in return, and that's kind of where their interaction like ends. And now I'm just gonna read you guys the other translation. But no longer an option. Come quietly. Blah blah blah. She's like, those roses are quite beautiful. Well then, let this be my answer. I shall show you the beauty of words. And then she pulls out her pen, and that's the end of their little interaction. But I'm sorry guys. I'm Team Tiara, bro. I'm Team Tiara right now. I need that. She's moving me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a good question. What the pedals do? Because I remember Caliban just being like, no. So like, I remember her using it against Caliban, and he was just like, no. So I actually don't know. We have to see it actually like land. It's like if you I don't know you use Stone Edge or something on a Pokemon that doesn't work on, it's just ineffective. You wouldn't know what it does yet until you see it. So yeah. I guess SI's back to one chapter per week. He's been one chapter for the last 3 weeks, I believe. Though there was like a 2 or 3 week span he dropped two. I'm not sure. You think SIU's gonna humble Yuri? No, I think he'll make this fight be inconclusive. That we can take it'll leave Yuri people and Tiara people with something to salivate for him. So like, okay, we saw Yuri dodge the high Shinsu, but Tiara's actually a lot more physically capable than we thought. So it's kind of like it leaves both people with like, if they meet again, I don't know. We don't know. I think he's gonna leave it at that. I don't think he's gonna give a definitive winner. I think Bam will be found, and they might both realize it or something and be like, they're not going to bring Bam back here, are they? And then they will individually have to go get Bam themselves or something of the sort. So yeah. Caliban said no, like that's just not moving me. But Caliban like just made everyone on the last station look a little ridiculous, all things considered. He had a Vankel, Karaka, and Yuri attacking him, and he's like, anyways, charge right through there and get that fucking irregular. Like what? Like, all right, I guess. Well, that's my guy though. 100 bands Caliban. Put respect on his name. He's built different. Anyways, who you guys got though? As of right now, you guys have got Yuri. You know what though? Yuri has Kranos and stuff like that if she really wants to get busy with it. But I got Tiara's moving me, dog. It's my girl right now. I don't care. No one tells me it's my favorite character from season 3. She getting her own video. I'm about to sing her praises. And she's smart. I like her. I like her. Another time Yuri used Road Pedal was to disintegrate Karaka back in the name hunt station. I don't remember that. You said name hunt? I remember his armor somewhat dissolving, but was that her? All right, maybe you're right. I don't remember. I'm gonna look that up again. I remember her being completely not affected by. I remember her melting his Shinsu with that green substance they used after the Dollar show, but I gotta refresh my memory with all that, honestly. So I never liked Yuri. She always seemed annoying to me. Tiara's cool. I like Yuri. Yuri's my girl. I fuck with Yuri heavily, but Tiara's moving the needle so fast for me. I like her, man. She's nice. I think it's time for Perico to make his move and beat both Yuri and the Psycho Turtle. Revolution. Revolution, we need it. Being conclusive, I don't know how much destruction they can do without trauma reacting. Dredge of Trauma Ray gives a damn, I guess, but that's a good point. Are the pedals are most likely are Chinchu quality. She uses the Rose Shower to New Karaka and the Nihon Station. Oh yeah, Chinchu quality makes sense. Developed the whole station. So far, she has mostly used hand to hand, but I'm excited to find out what Tiara can do. Oh, so okay, you guys are Team Tiara? You guys switching up? No love for Yuri, huh? Yuri, you're still my girl, but you're an ape. You're an ape. I we need that intellect. We need the literature. We need to read a sound mind, even though she's probably a lunatic. I'll be blasting all the Zamzam and TR propaganda when their DP chapters first released. At least I can do. I read the line version. They call him Jam Jam in that one. Just Jam Jam. But again, this fight I don't think is gonna. No one's gonna die or be badly hurt. They'll both end up going to separate ways to complete whatever missions they have. So I think it'll be fine. I still think Yuri would win if you see this fight to the finish. I think that's what makes the most sense on paper. But I think what we have to be careful of is that Gustang chose her for a reason. And she was eligible to become a Prince of Jahad, but because of what happened with Anne, they were like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this again. So she's special in her own right. That's all I'm gonna say. Just keep that in mind. But I'm with you. I do think Yuri should be stronger from top to bottom overall. But what if the separator is that Yuri is stronger, but from a intellect standpoint, Tiara can outsmart her and win? That's a possibility. So let's move on from that for now. We'll come back to that. We get to Bam. Well, it's kind of the end. There actually isn't much here, but we got Bam hitting Ren. So from what I can see, right, Ren drops. There's blood. He's coughing. It looks like he's like sizzling, possibly fading away. I can't tell if his creatures are also sizzling and disintegrating a little bit, but Bam's kind of there. And I guess he thinks he already took long enough to beat him, which means that he really did not see Ren as a threat. He's like, I took too long here, bro. He said I wasted too much time. Right? And the other one that says I ended up taking more time than I anticipated is Endorsi all right, and immediately leaves to go there. The reason that I say that I think Ren is alive, because I'm gonna pull it up right here just for a second. To me, it looks like SIU deliberately, for whatever reason, didn't show the leech, or the leech wasn't there, and when Bam is walking away, the leech comes out his hand, and I'm like, I wonder if so. Right, I think it should be on screen. Is it on screen? Yeah. So right here, you see this onomatopoeia by his hand, and it looks like the leech is coming out. I feel like he's probably alive. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Ren is gone? He's done. He's coming back, or do you think that maybe that's the leech dying? If only I knew what like this sound effect was supposed to like mean, maybe it would help. But I don't know if it's like scurrying or like I don't know the sound of an insect walking. I have no idea. So. Nah, Ren is alive. SLU ended the chapter like, but I'm not gonna lie to all them damn snakes. Barely alive. Would like that too. Yuri's more of a raw, but resourceful manner. Yeah, he alive? Okay, so we're probably on the same page. Okay. What can I ask you guys another question? What the hell is he supposed to do? What his role be moving forward? Like what's he gonna do? Like I said, if a knack especially is the one who kills him for good, I'm cool with that. That kind of completes a little bit of what happened with her mom dying, so that's okay. But if he's like, I gotta get the irregular, I'm like, shut up, shut up. You are not built. Be the fuck quiet, you know. So does he team up with Sea Snake? Like, what's he about to do? I guess is my question. He's alive, Ren gone. If he comes back, it's pathetic. Look for him. He lives. Anak, hopefully. Only thing that Ren has is a Anak plot. Nothing but being a hater. Scheming the shadows to get revenge. Revenge against who? Bam? He's not strong enough. Probably gonna report back to Jahad Empire that Bam is indeed him. He getting smoked by Lizard Girl. He might encounter Anak, but if nothing else, He is pointless, still alive. Get the King of Ace support already. You waste you, so I just want to see 75 goods in here at minimum. I'm a little early today, but what's up to me? For me, Yuri, Tiara, it's like how a knack is stronger than Ran, but Ran is more versatile with their abilities. Also, what if Ran takes control of Lilia? That's interesting. I'll take it. I suppose he could get Bam's party. I actually don't think he's that cold. I actually think Rack and Aguero can handle him. Is that crazy for me to say? If you don't know this, I think Rack and Aguero are ranker level, even if it's a base ranker level. After getting the power ups from White, I think they have ascended to that level. They also can fly now. I don't think if let's say like they're like and Dorsey, Rack, and Aguero will have to fight Red, and I don't think they're losing. I don't think they could beat him 1-on-1 yet, though. That much I would say. But I think they have ways of dealing with him. And if Bam senses him in any capacity immediately, he could just pull up and stop it. Like Ren is not strong enough as a base level threat that I'm worried about all the other parties because as far as I'm concerned, they're all basically gonna be somewhat ranker levelish at this point. If it was like Caliban, maybe okay, I'd be like, oh, scary, that's scary. Caliban's looking for you, that's kind of scary. So yeah, yes sir. Someone said in a previous stream that Ren would take over the snakes. We'll have to see. I kind of agree. There's no way Racken could have not rank level at this point. Yep, but he doesn't know that. But what does that do for us, the readers? That adds no dramatic irony to the story. And if Rack and Aguero take him out, I think that's what was the point. Like again, if it's not a Knack because she killed a Knack's mom, for that circle to come, for her revenge plot to come full circle and maybe actually put her somewhere back in the limelight, I can get it. Because then Dorsey came here, so maybe a Knack could be not too far behind. That's like the only scenario in my brain that I'm like, I'll take it. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Her and a Knack have a hard fought battle to the end, and she puts him down forever. That's for my mom. Other than that, I just don't want to see him. I'm sorry. He's done for me. He's done. He's not a threat. I'm not scared of him. He don't put no suspense or fear into my body. What are you gonna do? Attack Wagner? Who cares? Like I don't care. Rack sees Rent's leech. Is that food and kills him? That'll actually be hilarious. He just eats it. Cunner Rack should be like 1/3 of white. I agree. You should get a Darcy and a Knack. If it's 2v1, Rack and couldn't got it easy. 1v1 and may struggle a bit, but still pull out the W. I think if it's Rack, he loses because he's fucking stupid. I think if it's Aguero, he outsmarts him. That's just me though. Again, that's just my opinion. I can't take power scaling and Tower of God too seriously right now. It's not consistent. It's not internally consistent. I just think SCU kind of does what he wants. But anyways, Bam's running. The snakes come. The snakes are there. He's sneaky, sneaker, sneak. He looks back, and the snakes go around him like from the bathroom. Too late. And then the other one, I think he says I was too slow. And I was just like, why did you end this with a cliffhanger? Like I know the snake's gonna get fucking bodied. You think for a second anyone in the ring is like, oh no, Bam's arms for the snakes. What are we gonna do? This is CBL County, baby. We are not worried. Them snakes all got blown up or stopped by fast skip. Do not ever end Tower of God on a cliffhanger where Bam is getting hit by some attack or I can't see the aftermath. I'm not worried. Never am I worried. Maybe if it was like all creatures from Trauma, I'd be worried. But that is not a cliffhanger. Do not do that again. All right? I literally laughed when that was the last panel. I laughed so hard. Don't do that shit. Dude, that's not fooling anybody. Do better. That's my only criticism of the chapter. Why did he end it on that page? I'm not. No one's scared. No one's worried. No one's concerned. No suspense. There's no tension. We're waiting for Sea Snake to get his ass beat. As a matter of fact, hey, hurry up, man. Hey, wrap this shit up, boy. You ain't beat him yet? You taking too damn long. Taking too damn long. Anyways. He gonna get his ass saved by Dorsey, I bet you. LeBam Dims got it, and he will just eat it. We are not concerned. We skipped to the next chapter, and the snake got bodied off screen by Bam. I'm not worried about Bam. I'm honestly more interested to see how Bam interacts with Sea Snake. So am I. Or how maybe Lilial. What if Lilial said anything about what's going on? But he probably knows maybe that he kidnapped Laura. I like the idea of Anak showing up. Hopefully, we learn if she's related to Lopobia family. Oh yeah, we still don't technically know what family she's from, but I guess based on her appearance, that's what makes the most sense. So Lope will be Anak Jahad. I mean, we still don't know what her real name technically is. She just took her mom's name from from my understanding. So her name could be something completely different. But because Anak, she took Anak Senior's name, I'm not sure. Actually, is her name actually just Anak Junior in general? I might not be remembering that properly. But anyways, I like Anak. Y'all know she's one of my favorite characters. So if she comes back into to being prominent in the story, I'm absolutely here for it. I need more Anak. I'd be that will do me some good in my heart. All this Lopia shit happens and the lane gets nothing. I'm off to the lane ship. I'm done. I'm not going back there. We're not going back down that road. Her real name is Jessamy. Jessamy. Oh boy, you guys are really doing this again. We are. Elaine's not getting the moment, bro. We have to give up. We have to give up. We have to know when we're defeated. We're not getting it. I had such high hopes, man. But I'll take the L on that one. I built up my own expectations, and then I was disappointed when SLA didn't execute what I wanted, so I can't get mad at them for that. That one's on me. We haven't been to the tree since we saw it, though, right? The tree of Arlene or whatever. The like F.U.G tree. I wonder what the hell's happening. I haven't seen Mew Love in like 14 chapters, my boy. I need that. What's Mew Love doing? He's still surfing on the blue ore. You know I need that. It's an absolute necessity. This was a weird cliffhanger chapter, but hey, just out of curiosity, was it this week or next week? Technically, that we got double chapters. I can remember which week it was. I'm still worried that we're not gonna release any double chapters in line or webtoons English, and we're gonna be so far behind Korea. It's gonna be annoying. And I did a lot of those discussions in two chapters, so we'll have to see what happens. You think there's a plot recycling here, like Elaine Tiara would be princess or couldn't having a bomb on him again? That is actually something I thought about, but the only reason why I didn't go that far was for this reason alone. Um, I thought I could be overthinking the bomb thing because I think when I read the Cosmic Scans version, it seemed way less malicious. It seems more sinister in the one which just says bomb and B.O.B. big words, you know? So, yeah. Not saying it's bad, just curious. No, 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 no. It's not. He's not. I don't think he's necessarily recycling that. I don't think that he made a Guerrero bomb personally. I, mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect from Tiara, but that's my girl. And she turned into a bomb, so be it. Now that you mention it, I need more of the tree. Give us more of the goat Mew love. Give me more of my goat girl Sophia. Sophia is the elder that I like. Not Bozo Calhellum. So yeah. I was once on copium that Elaine would be relevant when she appeared in a single panel during the Nest. I was such a fool. Yeah. Ren joins Rachel. Hmm. Well, if Ren joins Rachel, Ren would have to leave the Lopabia mothership and go on the Po Badao mothership. I guess my question is, how or why would he do that? If you can answer that, then I think you have something there. We're not getting double chapters. Just forget about those. The line loves their money. You probably fine. You probably. Um, Tiara joins Rachel. I could see them aligning for a similar goal, but that's not impossible. But don't know what to do with Ren. It's time to pack Ren up. It was fun while it lasted. It really was. I really enjoyed what Ren did in the story of Tower God. I don't think he was like so important that he needs to be lagging around for fucking years to come and chapters to come. Like Yas Ratchet, just kill him or save him. Like don't teeter on this. Oh, I'm gonna die in like 6 months. I say Percy Jackson. What is it? What was I about to ask? I don't remember. Oh yeah, when it comes to the tree stuff, yeah, I'd be nice to see what's going on with there. And then we haven't cut back to Yama and Doom and Karaka in a while, so we'll have to see what happens. Because I am interested in that part of the story, just because it does tie in with the fact that Traumaray and Laura's like grandfather or and which is in turn Lilial's like great grandpa or whatever. They're not seeing eye to eye, and also I feel like this is gonna connect to the memories that Leviathan has of trauma race that was told into Bam. I think they're all interconnected loosely. So we'll see how all those things come together in due time. Don't need his character to overstay his welcome. Exactly. Either leave now or get packed up by a knack when it's time, and then we move forward. We don't need you. We don't. I'm tired. I don't. For me, it's worse to have characters that are like a corpse. Like they've served their usefulness and they're a corpse and they're just around being useless. I'd rather them be written out or killed off if possible. But I actually do have a question for you guys. I did ask this question in a recent One Piece video, so I'm gonna ask you guys it here as a Tower of God fans, and I accept all forms of answers for this. I just something I've been thinking about recently. In Monogatari, Nisei Monogatari specifically, right? Do you think Trauma is gonna stop Bam from leaving? I don't. I think both Gustang and Traumare, if Bam had some real viable way of getting away and escaping, they would try to stop him. Traumare seems to want Bam for something very specific, which is why he asked Jahad if you could test him and this and that and the third, before actually pulling up to the nest and everything. So I think he's got a real plan with him. Let, let me just get this off before I forget what I'm gonna say. Do you guys tend to have an expectation based off presentation in the story, the art and the literature, building up a character to be something and have a moment? So let's say there was a character. Okay, I'll give an example that I think works pretty well. That's pretty common. That won't spoil anything. Then I'm gonna give the Monogatari example. Gohan. Now Gohan wasn't around from the beginning of Dragon Ball, but Gohan from the start of Dragon Ball Z or the Saiyan saga where Raditz comes to Earth always had an explosive temper, and he would get a power up out of nowhere and be like the strongest person for a split second. But when he calms down, he goes back to being whatever it was. We saw this be a thing happening throughout the story of Dragon Ball, against Nappa, against Vegeta, on Namek, and all of those things. We always knew. Then when Goku was in the Wheel of Spirit and Time, we saw him go SS2. He was able to power up without losing his speed and reach and break the Super Saiyan barrier. Where I would say that every fan, especially Gohan fans, got their payoff when he went SSJ2 against Cell. Perfect Cell. You see what I'm saying? That expectation was planted and watered, and people thought for like Gohan will get the moment or get his shine at some point. To the point that I think initially, if I remember correctly, it's been a year since I've revisited this. Gohan was supposed to take the mantle from Goku, but popularity and people in Japan and the polls didn't respond well to that, which is why Goten looked like Goku, so they brought Goku back, blah blah yada yada, right? I would say that your investment in Gohan, it came full circle. Okay. But what if that didn't happen? What if Cell just killed Gohan? Bodied him straight up? Is that a bad thing inherently? I guess that's what I'm asking you. Or do you expect the payoff that you have been patiently waiting for when a character is being built up? Essentially, what I'm asking. Because I'm going to give you an example of a time where my expectations were subverted, but I wasn't upset. I was reading Nisei Monogatari, so spoilers. Kaiki Deshu comes to town. He's a con artist, a con man. He's using his knowledge of oddities, of aberrations and whatnot, to get kids to curse one another and just profit off of it. We learned that he has a loose connection to the destruction of the family of the main character's girlfriend, and there's just like this build up, this crescendo to this climax, this point. When it happens, you expect this fantastical, like, last showdown, final debate, fight, what have you. And Kaiki just leaves. He just goes home. He's like, I made my bread. I'm out. I am a 30-year-old man. I'm not fighting high schoolers. I made the bread I wanted to make. I'm going home. And I went, I like that. I like that better than them having the showdown that they had. But to me, that was also very in line with Kaiki's character, which continued forward on when we got to Hitagi End. Excuse me. And also later on in Hana Monogatari when we see him with Kanbaru. So I'm like, his character was consistent. This is who he is. So it made sense for me. I wasn't mad at that. But now I'm going to give an example. I think a lot of people expected Kid to really be that dude. Luffy Law-esque, awesome on his own, this, that, and the third. And a lot of people, and I'm not even a Kid fan, I'm like, I'm disappointed with his utilization throughout the story. But conversely, I think you can build up a character and have them face insurmountable odds that they're not ready for, and before they reach that latent potential, that talent pool that they had deep inside them, they get taken out before they can reach it, which is a reality of life that happens to a lot of people. You could be the most talented 16-year-old football player of all time, but maybe you make the wrong decision to get someone knocked up, or you go to the wrong place and you get injured, and now you can't reach that potential anymore. Is it bad that you don't always get that character potential fulfilled? And I'm wondering if with Elaine, we're just not going to get that. I'm going to have to be okay with it. I think with certain characters, maybe like some characters that we had high hopes for at the beginning, they just may not get those moments, and we might have to just be okay with it. I don't necessarily think it may be for the right reasons, like a storytelling reason. It might just be because the story's paradigm shift has caused a lot of changes to happen, and thus we might have to either do a little bit of retroactive continuity or just throw it to the wayside. But it's a question that I've been thinking about a lot recently, where I'm like, there's times where I think something is being built up and it doesn't happen, but I think it makes more sense that way. It's simple for me. It's simple for me. Subversion of expectations shouldn't come at the cost of narrative destruction. Big example is Game of Thrones final season where there was subversion of the sake of surprise and didn't make much sense. I think that's a good example too. None of us were shocked that Dany made the choice that she made, but how did we get to that decision of her burning the town down, the King's Landing, and all that stuff? That's a good point. That makes sense to me. So there's probably a balance, a delicate dance you have to have if you're gonna do something like that to subvert someone's expectations. Damn, if my man Randall ever reaches full potential, I'll be sad, but I'll accept it if it's done right. Yeah. I'm thinking about a lot of characters that I had high hopes for that I just don't think well. I like Hatsu was a character that I thought would maybe like. This is a very very personal thing I've always said. This is I made this up on my own. My hopes for Hatsu was always to defeat an REA swordsman, a direct descendant, somewhere down the line, where he, as somebody who does not have the REA blood, beats somebody who's naturally gifted at the blade through hard work, dedication, and outworking his opponent, just blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I wanted for Huts. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore, personally speaking. I got even more excited when he was following White, when White was bodying people, and he's like, "Are you a farmer? Why are you swinging that shit like a garden tool? This is a murder weapon, you pussy!" And I was like, "Oh, is this the training he needs?" And then it didn't go anywhere. I'm like, "Damn it!" So, that's a really interesting train of thought. It kind of depends on the scenario character, but most importantly, it should serve the story narrative rather than destroy it. I can agree with that. Better than Goten. Who was Goten? Goten is Goku's kid, and kid. Well, that wasn't a subversion. Why have him lose? Why have him lose expected? Also, this subversion happened in the dog arc in TOG, where we were expecting a festival with rules, and it became silent for the sake of this convoluted plot. SIU has more bad subversion than good ones. I guess that's fair. I don't know. I guess I'm just wondering, like, sometimes if I'm looking at a plot thread, a subplot, a character arc, someone's potential or intellect or something, and it doesn't come to fruition in the way that I thought it was being built up, I'm like, what if that's intentional sometimes? What if they're trying to subvert my expectations, I guess? I don't know. Something to think about, but it would have been great. I always think it'd have been really really awesome if Elaine met the guy she fell in love with that caused her not to be able to become a princess of Jahad. That screwed up her life trajectory, so to speak. I always thought that would have been a powerful moment for her character to confront that and deal with it. Even if she didn't fight, just say something, denounce her family. I don't know, fuck trauma, something. But she was over there playing the stock market game with Hockney and them, and I'm just like, oh, I guess this is what she's. I guess this is what she's been reduced to. I think if Gwestang does something like this, it makes sense in line with this character. I think he might flip this war table. I could see him actually using this war for something completely unprecedented, something we just didn't think about, or trick him and kill him dirty. It's possible. But anyways, that's just something I've been thinking about. You know, sometimes I get obsessed with a specific thought. This is the current thing I've been thinking about from storytelling standpoint for the last, I'll say, No, not 2 days. Since the last One Piece chapter, it's like a week. And I'm wondering if sometimes we place too much of our own wants and needs on characters, and then when it doesn't happen, we're upset. But sometimes I do think that people who may be expecting certain things to occur are the fan base, or people who are the talking heads of a fan base will try to shut them down by just saying, "Oh, you wanted this to happen, didn't happen, so you think it's bad." It's like, no, I thought this would happen because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G in the story. This linked to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. So this was the only logical conclusion. Then it didn't happen. So I'm a little miffed. I don't know. Anywho, those are just the thoughts on my brain. But all right.